name's Lisa. We're going to be making this card today using the Lacy and Lovely stamp set from Stampin' Up. This, I believe, is a discontinued set, but you can use this concept with any set that has a single image that you want to color in different colors, and I've got a greeting, and then a small image that you want to repeat is really the skill that I'm demonstrating here using the Tim Holtz stamping platform. You can use this with rubber backed or rubber stamps, cling stamps as we like to call them, or the clear stamps, and I have this set on with the rubber word out, so that means that this side you can adhere stamps that have a cling to them. It comes with magnets, and I'll have to put on the screen where I learned this trick on somebody else's video. I don't have any idea the name of it, the video now, but it's a great trick, is to put tape, and I think she used duct tape on hers. I've done washi tape. I can see why you would do duct tape. These are incredibly strong magnets, and they stick together really easily, but by putting the tape around them, they're easier to pick up off of the platform. So I have some pool party paper and some white paper and then paper for a backing, and we're going to use some markers and some inks to do our inking. So let's start with the main image here. So I'm going to place my image or my white paper onto the background or onto the platform, and it doesn't have to be in the middle. It can be, kind of wherever you want. When you're working with a stamp like this, or the rubber stamps that have a little bit of an edge, if you try to put something all the way to the edge, sometimes that doesn't work. In this case, I don't want this stamp all the way to the edge, but I want it a little bit further over than I had it here on my sample card. So, and I'll go ahead and put my word down here so I know I'm going to have enough room for both of those. All right. And we're just going to do this one at first. So I place the stamp where I want it on the paper, press down, and it picks the stamp up. And as long as I keep my paper in place, then I can stamp as many times as I want. And that's what we're going to do here. I'm going to start with the yellow. And I want the yellow in all of these little swirly areas. So I've got a yellow Stampin' Up marker. I'm just going to go around the edges. And I'm going to do this in multiple passes. That way I don't have to be quite as neat with it. I'm starting with the lighter color and working to the darker colors. And then just press. And you want to make sure you have enough room for your stamp press so that your edge doesn't hit something over on the side and you get a good full press. So I've got quite a bit of yellow there. Now let's add some of the other colors. I need to clean the yellow off. All right, and then we're going to do a couple of other colors. I want to do some pink and some turquoise, and I'm going to go ahead and do both of those at the same time. This is Cameo Coral and Bermuda Bay. And then I just flip it back over and it will stamp right back where it was before. I've got my blue and my yellow. I forgot to put the yellow in the center, so I'm going to have to add that. That's no problem. I just need to clean my stamp up really good. At least the center part of it. I also feel like this edge here, this yellow around the edge, is not showing up quite as much as I'd like. So I think I'm going to do some yellow in the middle, and then I'm going to go back over that edge with a little bit darker color, the brown. I really did not do this on purpose, leaving that yellow out in the middle. I just forgot it. All right, let's see if I like the brown better. Okay, yeah, I like the brown better than the yellow, so it gives it a little bit stronger image. So I've got all my colors in now. I did several passes and everything's still lined up because the stamp just didn't move, nothing moved. So I could just go back over and over and over this. All right, now let's get our word hello on there, and we don't have to use markers for that. We can use regular ink pad, find it. We're gonna do the Bermuda Bay ink. Now, the grid helps you line things up, like to make sure that I have hello lined up evenly. I'm kind of double checking the grid. It's a little hard to see on the camera, but those grid lines help me know that I have hello straight on there. And you notice how I got some ink on this? No problem, it's easy to wipe off and it doesn't end up on my paper or on my backing there. So that completes this piece of the card. And notice how quickly those stuck together. I have to be careful with them. Keep those separate. All right, now let's look at doing the little edging here. And you can do this again with any small stamp that you want to repeat. All right, so I want this to be somewhere along here, I'd say. And what I want to make sure with my card is that it's lined up on one of the inch markers down here. You have inches and centimeters. I'm going to work in inches. This is a little over an inch in size, and you'll see why that's important in a moment. It can be any size. You just have to know what size it is. All right, that's going to be my position there, my inch. 1 inch for the bottom of this. Right. Now we're going to pick this up. Give it some Bermuda Bay ink also. Stamp it. All right. And now the reason that inch is important is I'm going to move the paper up to the 2 inch mark. But I'm not going to move my stamp. Just moving my paper. Another inch up. Oops. And if you're not satisfied like with that edge and you want to do it again, you can just go right back over it as long as you don't move the paper. Okay, and then we'll go one more. And there is our border with all of our nicely lined up flowers. So then it's just a matter of gluing these pieces together and placing them on our card front. I had just a little bit of smudge on one side of this, so I just trimmed that down, and I trimmed a little bit off the bottom and the top of the card so that because I had this cut to 5.5 inches and I wanted to see my Berry Sorbet paper tray ink cardstock on the background to come through. So that's our card. This is the first, this is the second card I have made with the stamping platform. It's that easy to get started and use. I stamped a few images that I'm going to color in with some stamps just to play with it when I first got it, and that's it. I mean, it does not take long to learn how to use, and I didn't do, you know, a whole long spiel on how it's used because there are so many videos out there that you can watch. Tim Holtz's video, lots of other people's videos showing you how to use the stamp press or the stamping platform. Stamp press is a different tool, stamping platform. So it's well worth looking at some other folks' videos to see how to use it, how to take this apart and flip it around and all that kind of thing, and cleaning it and stuff. But I wanted to show you how to make a particular card. And so all you need is a stamp set that has some kind of a design you can color in different inks, and then some repeated image, whether it's round, square, whatever, that you want to do for a border. And I just really love doing that with a border, because trying to do that with a stamp and an individual block, get everything lined up, not an easy thing to do. So anyway, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video.